Hey everybody, it's your girl Planet Ty on deck. I hope you guys are having a great day, afternoon, and or evening whenever you guys are seeing this. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and joining me. You guys already know I appreciate that love and support that you guys have been given. I do see that I have new family members and welcome. Thank you guys so much for being on deck. Happy to see you guys. So the video that I did last week was a little bit different in my true crime series. Generally, I cover true crime stories that, the whole beginning, middle, and end, all background information on the people. But recently, as of last week, I started covering more short true crime stories that might have had a little twist, could have been a little funny, could have been a little bit weird, but you guys seem to really like that. So this week, I'm going to follow up with that line of true crime, short true crime stories with a little twist. Are you guys ready for the ride? If so, all you guys got to do, stay tuned. All right, so thank you guys so much for being back on deck. Without further ado, let's jump right into these story times. So in Florida, a 24-year-old woman by the name of Raquel Gonzalez was having a really good time with her boyfriend, 30-year-old Eric Davis. Now, they were having fun. They were, letting their hair down. They decided to, take it up a notch or two and let things become more adult. Okay, so as things turn more adult, they're having a good time. They're into each other, literally into each other. They are, experiencing each other. They're doing what they've done before. It's not the first time that they did this tango dance, okay? So while they're intimate, at some point during the intimacy, Eric, he has his big O first. Now, if you guys don't know what a big O is, you might have never had one. No, I'm just kidding. But a big O meaning orgasm, you guys. But anyways, Eric has his big O first, and Raquel, she's you would think she could, be a little disappointed, right? But no, she's not just disappointed. Raquel allegedly turned into an all-out rage, you guys, behind Eric having his O first. Well, it started with some arguing. It started with some loud voices being raised. And then it went to something a little stranger because your girl Raquel, she starts hitting her boyfriend Eric. She starts allegedly clawing at his throat, face, and neck. Okay, now guys, I know guys and girls, anybody and everybody watching. Okay, first of all, it is wrong. It is definitely wrong to be selfish intimately. Okay, I don't think it's a good idea to be selfish. I think it's a good idea to know what your partner likes, wants, or needs are before you even take your clothes off. Okay, in all fairness, before you even take the clothes off, know what they like. Okay, know what you're prepared and willing to give yourself for what it is you're willing to get. Okay, so in this case, this could have been avoided to me. Sorry. I think this could have been avoided if there was a simple conversation that was had prior to the intimacy, right? Now, could Eric have controlled himself from having his O first? Well, possibly, I guess. I mean, I'm not a guy, so I don't really know how their anatomy works, but you guys light up the comments and let me know what you guys think. I mean, maybe he could have went at a slower pace so he could have maintained a little more. I don't know, but I will say this. It definitely wasn't worth him being physically attacked because he got his O first, right? Now, also, I'm going to say this. If you know that you are a person with possible anger management issues, okay? If it's possible that you even have anger management issues, I don't know if that's a situation you need to bring yourself into without telling your partner ahead of time, hey, this is what I'm going to need out this situation in order for me to be cool. Okay, so I don't flip my lid. I'm gonna need it to happen this way. Again, I'm gonna say this one circles right back to open communication, and this could have been avoided. You guys light up the comments and let me know, have you guys ever heard of this story coming straight out of Florida? Okay, and would you guys think that your reaction would ever be like this if somebody, what have you guys ever done if somebody got theirs before you? What's the most that you think you would do? Do you think that Raquel's actions were reasonable? I'd love to hear you guys weigh in. Now let's get ready to jump on into case number 2. All right, guys. So for case number 2, I'm going to take you guys to St.Cludd, Minnesota, because there we'll find a man who breaks into a Pizza Hut and decides to make himself some boneless wings and some French fries. Yeah. So apparently this whole time I've been doing it wrong. Okay, I've been doing it wrong because I thought that when you go to a Pizza Hut or a place like that, that I'm supposed to stand in line, place an order, tell them what I want, and actually give them opportunity to make my food. Oh, and then the biggest part is I thought I was supposed to pay for it. See, I've been doing it wrong, y'all. Okay, well, apparently for this gentleman by the name of Corey Michael Morgan, well, apparently he felt like he was doing it wrong too. So this guy is 21 years old. And while under the influence one day, he decides to go into a Pizza Hut. It was in the year 2011. He's under the influence. He's out, he's drinking. He might be doing something else. I don't know. Okay. But he's out, he's drinking, he's having a good time. And then at some point throughout the out drinking and having a good time, he decides, let me turn this up a notch. I'm hungry. Let me get me something to eat. Oh, okay. Something to eat. Cool. Okay. Well, there's a Pizza Hut right there. Let me go in there and take what I want. And that's allegedly what he did. So Corey goes into a Pizza Hut. He somehow knows where the boneless wings are, starts to put himself some in the fry. I'm about to fry these babies up, and I'm about to get with it. He also allegedly throws some French fries in there, about to fry these up, about to get with these too. But at some point during this process, he takes some marinara sauce and throws it on the walls. I'm thinking, okay, well, what's the point of throwing the marinara sauce on the wall? I don't know if the marinara sauce was supposed to be put into a container so he can dip his wings or fries in there. I don't know, but it ended up on the walls. Now, at some point during his little mission to eat his food, I think he tripped an alarm because, yeah, the boys, the good old boys came, the police. They decided to come and like, excuse me, but what in the hell are you doing? But at some point the police came and they hurried and got your boy up out of there, took him on to jail. They transported him to Stearns County Jail where he was held on possible third-degree burglary. Now, what I don't get about this story is, one, how did Corey know where the boneless wings was? How did he know where the French fries was? How did he know where the marinara sauce was? What I suspect is that Corey may have been a former employee of Pizza Hut. Didn't have to be that location, but perhaps maybe another location. I don't know. But I just feel like he might have been a former employee or maybe a family member of the location, because how did he even know how to get to that stuff? You know what I mean? Y'all light up the comments and let me know what y'all think about this case. Have you ever heard of the case? And do you guys take Corey's approach when you're hungry? Do you guys just go ahead and take what the hell you want? Or do you guys take your girl Planet Ty's approach? Do you sit up there and do you still go into the counter to pay too? Because at this point, I think I'm the only one who's still paying. But if you guys still paying too, light up the comments and let me know. All right, you guys, I hope you guys are enjoying this video so far. Let's go ahead and jump into case number 3. Now, have you guys ever heard the saying, if you are to rob a place, as long as it's done at nighttime, you cannot be charged with burglary? Light up the comments. Light up the comments right now. Let me know, have you ever heard of that saying before? Well, I'll give you my answer right away. No, I haven't heard of that saying before, because you know what? It does not exist. Okay. So, in June of 2013, 22-year-old James Blankenship, he decided to do just that. So it was in the daytime, and he decides that he's going to break into a house. Now, the house of all places happened to be his own mother's house. Yeah, his own mother's house. So police, allegedly, his mother reported hearing on her first floor window a man trying to break into the window. When she looked down, she realized that that man was her own son, James. Well, come to find out that James hadn't been speaking to his mother, or no, better yet, the mother hadn't been speaking or dealing with James for the past 3 months, and he was not welcome at her house. She didn't want him there. So you know what she did? She did just exactly what a lot of people do when they don't want you at their place and you are there. She called the police. So she calls the police come, they arrest James, they take him down to the station. They basically say, so James, what the hell was you doing at the house? The long and short, they basically say, so James, basically, what was going on? What were you doing at that house, James? Right? And he said, well, were you attempting to get in? Well, yeah. Well, okay, well, why? Your mom said that you guys weren't, pretty much on good talking terms for the past 3 months. So what were you doing? And he said, well, I heard that you can't be charged with burglary or breaking and entry if the only way that you can't be charged is if you break and enter in a house at nighttime. Nighttime. Oh, okay. So I could break in any house I want to, but all I got to do is just wait until it's nighttime, right? Okay. So the police officer said, yeah, no. Okay. So James, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and charge you we're going to go ahead and charge you, okay? Because, yeah, that's not the way it goes. Well, long story short, on June 26, James pleaded to a reduced charge of breaking and entering into his mother's home against her will. So he did plead guilty, you guys, but the mother was like, 24th, the hell now, what you doing? You get away from this house. And then some of my other thoughts about this case, to be quite honest, I'm thinking, why would a mother not want her child in the house? He is a grown man, okay? Well, he's 22 years old. He's a young man, but he's a grown man. So I'm thinking the mother, if she don't want him there, it's probably because, it's possible substance abuse, stuff like that. It could be possible hot hands. You never know. But think about it. If you are a parent at home and you have young adults as children, why wouldn't you want them in your house? You know what I mean? But certainly, whatever the reason is, it definitely doesn't warrant somebody opening your window and feeling like they have the right or entitled to you, your home, your space, your time, anything like that. So I totally understand. You guys light up the comments and let me know, have you guys ever heard of case number 3? All right, guys. So for case number 4, we're almost done with this here. And I know you guys are having so much fun. You don't want it to stop. But for case number 4, I'm going to take you guys back in time. Where do you ask? Let's go back to 1985. Because, see, things were a little different in 1985. Some of you watching this video weren't alive in 1985. Some of you were. Some of you guys were just young kids. Some of you were teenagers. Some of you guys were fully grown in 1985 and living your best life. You could have been college students and so forth. Well, let me tell you about a guy by the name of David Safleur, what he was doing in 1985. See, David was 18 years old at that time. And he was pulled over by the police in California, and he was arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence, right? Okay, well, it happens. Well, it shouldn't happen. I need everybody to be safe out there, you guys. If you've already been arrested for something like that, then you guys already know it's more headache than it could ever be worth. And please be safe for yourself and everybody else. Okay, so he's driving under the influence. The police pull him over. Right? The police tell him, we want to take a breathalyzer. He says no. He refuses. He allegedly refuses to take the breathalyzer. So the police said, okay, well, you're not going to take the breathalyzer, because they stopped him because he was zooming in and out of traffic, up and down. And it was a report that he allegedly had his headlights off. Now, you guys already know it's scary for some. Imagine a wild, fast vehicle coming straight at you with no freaking headlights. Now, imagine how scary that would be. So, of course, they had to pull your boy over. Like, what you doing? Pull over to the side of the road right now, right? So they get him out the car. They try to give him a breathalyzer. He refused to take the breathalyzer. So they tell him, okay, get in the back seat. They put him in the back seat of the police car. Now, while the police officer was riding up, the arrest ticket, I guess, or his incident, not the arrest ticket, but maybe the incident report. While he's writing up the incident report, he's walking around the cruiser, and he happens to glance in the cruiser. So when he glances in the cruiser, he sees something that is completely shocking to him. None other than David, who was allegedly wearing shorts at the time. I guess he pulls his shorts down in a way. He rips the crotch out of his underwear, shoves it in his mouth, and starts chewing it up real fast. He starts chewing it up. Right? So the officer's looking like, what in all the heck? Excuse me, what are you doing? Like, for real, what are you doing? Okay? So David, unbothered, continues to chew on his underwear, allegedly swallows a part of his own underwear that he just ripped the seat out of the crotch of, okay? So the police said, you know what? Oh boy, something's going on. He ain't wrapped too tight, probably. And they said, let's get him to the police station, right? Let's try to figure out what's going on here. So they get David to the police station, and they begin investigating and interrogating him, saying, dude, why did you rip the crotch out of your drawers and eat it? Why? What was the purpose of that? Well, David confessed that he heard that because his underwear were cotton, if he were to have cotton in his stomach or in his system, that it could absorb the alcohol in his system, and thus he would not fail a sobriety test. Now, I should state, I did put this video on 18 and over only. I'm not giving you guys any ideas, okay? Let me just say that, okay? The reports allege that David, when he was tested for the sobriety of driving under the influence, that the reports came back negative. I'm not saying that what him eating his cotton drawers were the case. Who knows, okay? Your boy could have really just been sipping wine coolers and was out of his mind, okay? I don't know, but you guys light up the comments and let me know. Have you guys ever heard of this case? And would you consider it as something of reasonable that you would do to get out of a sobriety test, to get out of taking a sobriety test, or getting out of, or better yet, to get out of a charge, a DUI charge, is by eating your underwear? Light up the comments and let me know. I've never heard of something like this until your girls start researching. And you guys already know and know what y'all think. So light up the comments and let me know. All right, you guys, it has been so much fun. I'm sad to let you guys go, but you know what? It's almost that time. But before I do, let me let you know about our fifth and final case of the day. Okay. Well, let me tell you guys a story about the woman who tried to trade her Olive Garden salad for drugs. Yeah, I actually said that a woman tried to trade her Olive Garden salad for drugs. Now, Italian food is one of my favorite foods. Okay, I think I've said that before in other videos. It is a fact. Italian food is one of my favorite types of foods. I enjoy the Olive Garden salad. I don't know that I enjoy it to the point where I would think I could trade it for something else. Outside of the Olive Garden, that is. I don't know. Well, in Salt Lake City, Utah, a 33-year-old woman walked up to an undercover police officer on a block that's known for selling drugs. Now, out here in California, there's so many different, different cities and blocks that may be known for, really the more nighttime life, I'll say. But anyhow, this lady, she walks up to a guy who she thought was a D-boy, and he turned out to be an undercover cop, and she tells him, look, she was trying to buy $10 worth of Coca-Cola, okay? And when she was trying to buy that $10 worth of Coca-Cola or whatever else, she told the guy, he was like, basically, where your money at, right? And so she was like, well, look, I got $2, plus I got this whole Olive Garden salad in my to-go box right here. What you trying to do? Okay. So the undercover officer, he looked, what? I'm sorry, you have what in your to-go box? I got a whole Olive Garden salad in my to-go box. What you trying to do? So the officer, I'm sure he got a chuckle out of that, okay? The undercover. Well, he went ahead and called back up. Maybe he didn't see it as funny as maybe I would have thought. I don't know. But he called back up, okay? And he basically said, search this lady right here. So they begin to search in our grown. They found what you would think they would find on somebody who obviously has a substance abuse addiction. Okay, they found a cigarette box that had a glass pipe in there. They found a lighter and things like that. Okay, but here's the whole thing. Yeah, a glass pipe in her cigarette box, and the lady, she was arrested, and then they charged her with attempted possession of use of a controlled substance and possession of drug paraphernalia. Okay, but the whole thing about it is this lady clearly has an addiction. You know what I mean? For her to even walk up to somebody and be like, look, I got $2 and a salad. You willing to take that for some Coca-Cola? You guys, that's crazy. Y'all light up the comments and let me know. Have you guys ever heard of this buffoonery? I'd love to know your opinion. And I'd say that this lady with the guy being an undercover cop, I want to say she might have got off lucky, because had that been a true D-boy or D-girl, you never know what they might have thought would have been a suitable thing for her to do, to go ahead and fix and scratch that itch. You know what I mean? So sometimes people come up with very colorful, scary ways to go ahead and have you in business, or to have you get what you think that you need and or want. Y'all light up the comments if you know what I'm getting at. So I think she might have got off lucky, just being told, give us, now you're going to go ahead and we're going to put you in jail for a minute. So she might have got off lucky. I don't know. Y'all light up the comments and let me know your thoughts. So that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I would love for you guys to be safe out there. We are approaching the holiday season, you guys, and it's almost Thanksgiving. For those of us who celebrate, I hope you guys have a good time. If you guys would like to sponsor this true crime series, you guys can do so by dancing on over to Cash App, put in your favorite besties. All right, that's equivalent to giving me a cyber hug, and I love to be hugged cyberly. But anyways, if you are new here, welcome. If you're returning, I love you so much. Thank you so much for being back. I appreciate that. Like I always say, there's always another story to be told. But for now,